Now, he's leading the cause of local industries at a time when Ghana's business community is just about recovering from the ravages of the COVID-19 pandemic. Dr. Humphrey Yimdaka is president-elect of the Association of Ghana Industries and very vocal about the health and threats of local industries across the country. He joins us via Zoom. Congratulations on your election, Doc. Your presidency unfolds amid serious concerns impeding the growth of and competitiveness of local industries. Of course, the benchmark policy, high cost of production, and even the downgrades from ratings agencies regarding Ghana's credit worthiness. What's going to be your priority amidst these challenges?
Good afternoon. Thank you for the opportunity. The question says, please, could you repeat yourself again? I was distracted.
Of course. You are coming on board as president of the AGI amid several challenges faced local industries in Ghana as we speak. We're talking about the recent broader stakeholder consultation on the suspension of the benchmark policy, of which the AGI has strong views on, the high cost of production, even the recent downgrade by Fitch regarding Ghana's credit worthiness. What's going to be your priority as president of the AGI?
Okay, thank you. Well, thanks for the opportunity. My first priority will be to strengthen the internal systems of the association as it is, regarding formation, the administrative machinery of the association throughout the country, from the head office in Accra to the other regions where AGI is well represented. That will be the first priority. And then the second priority then goes into developing a mechanism or deepening the mechanism for policy analysis and budget monitoring activities. Because the budget monitoring activities are the main document through which government deploys its intentions across the country. So we'll develop our policy and then a system for monitoring the budgetary activities that government has promised. We will do that for the private sector. Then beyond that, we have a few initiatives to strengthen the association. We have what we call the Council of Eminent Industries. We have the AGI Women in Business,
all right,
as well as the AGI Youth in Business. These are initiatives we seek to deploy to reach out to SMEs and individuals, complementing government effort regarding entrepreneurship mindset and developing the entrepreneurial mind of the Ghanaian populace, especially the youth. So those will be the major focus of my administration, to strengthen the AGI and support any government coming into being to deploy and create jobs for the teeming youth and the women in business.
The AGI has held, a series of press engagements regarding the benchmark value and the fact that local industries could be under threat, when it comes to the competitiveness of the stance if government does not raise in, reversing this entire benchmark value. We currently do know that there is a broader stakeholder consultation regarding this matter, but help us appreciate how things are going in terms of the progress within this broader consultation so far.
Well, AGI has stated its position. Our position was based on research and the activities of our various enterprises in the various sectors that we compiled and presented to the Ministry of Finance. These are well-researched, data-based advocacy, and therefore, as they are data and they are scientifically collected in terms of research, that position is unchanged as long as policy does not favor it. So AGI is resolute on its position. We engage in government. We believe that is the right route for government to create sustainable jobs, to complement its developmental paradigm in the space of industrialization. And therefore, we are engaging government with research, and we believe government will do what is needful for the country regarding industrialization. It isn't an issue of AGI not willing to be reasonable, but this is scientific data that we have tabled for consideration. We know what the consequences will be, and we have indicated to government what the likely consequences will be into the future. And therefore, we believe this will support government in reversing the various difficulties coming across as a result of COVID and other related economic difficulties.
Well, let's end, Doctor, on the Fitch ratings, Ghana being, downgraded from B to a B minus with a negative outlook. Of course, the challenges that local, industries could be facing is the access to credit and the cost regarding the access to credit. What are your members telling you regarding the situation at hand, when it comes to the ratings of Ghana's credit worthiness?
Well, once the rating comes out, there are implications in terms of government's ability to raise international funding to complement its deficit. And in the reverse, government then focuses on domestic borrowing. The domestic borrowing has consequences for the private sector in terms of raising significant funding for our various businesses. Our cry is that government be very innovative in generating domestic revenue to shore up its appetite for credit, such that it will not crowd out the private sector's relationship with our commercial banks. Secondly, we also need to send the concern that government needs to manage its priorities carefully, such that it will not stifle growth in terms of contraction. Because once government does not raise the reasonable funding to bridge the gap, there could be austerity. And if that becomes the case, contraction and growth will be affected. Our prayer is that government will be very innovative in domestic revenue mobilization, such that the growth target and anticipation for the private sector and the country as a whole will not be affected. We know such ratings are periodical, and therefore into the year, definitely once government policy priorities and policy strategies are rolled out and approved in Parliament, the rating position might change and aid government raking the relevant funding to do its various projects, such that there will not be contraction and growth will come into the country, such that we all benefit from it one way or the other.
Dr. Humphrey Yimdake, we're grateful that you could join us, and congratulations once again. We hope to have more engagement in the future. He's the newly elected president of the AGI there.